Have you ever noticed those little discomforts down there that just don't seem to go away? Maybe it's a slight itch, a bit of irritation, or a feeling that something's just not quite right. For many women over 60, these quiet annoyances are all too familiar, but rarely talked about. It's easy to dismiss them as just part of aging, something to live with or ignore. But what if I told you that these subtle signs might be linked to everyday habits you don't even realize could be causing harm? You might think that these problems simply come with getting older, but often, it's not just age. It's what we do or don't do every day that makes all the difference. Intimate health is something we tend to overlook, yet it affects our comfort, confidence, and quality of life more than we realize. In this video, I'm going to share 6 simple habits that seem harmless but could be quietly worsening your intimate health, and more importantly, how small changes can make a big difference. So stay with me, and let's walk this path together toward feeling fresher, healthier, and more comfortable in your skin. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Habit 1. Wearing tight or non-breathable clothing. It often starts so simply and quietly that you hardly even notice. Maybe it's when you reach into your drawer for your favorite pair of underwear, the ones that look sleek, hold everything in place, and fit just right under your clothes. Or perhaps it's that cozy pair of leggings you wear around the house, the ones that seem to hug your legs like a gentle squeeze. For many women over 60, the clothes we choose each day become almost automatic. After all, we grew up in a culture that values neatness, presentation, and looking put together. There's a sense of satisfaction in slipping on something that smooths the lines and gives a sense of control, even as our bodies change over the years. But have you ever noticed a lingering discomfort, an itch, a bit of redness, or even a subtle irritation that just won't seem to go away? Maybe you chalk it up to dry skin or sensitive age. Or maybe you hardly notice it at all, assuming it's just another little annoyance that comes with getting older. You're certainly not alone in this. So many of us have learned to quietly tolerate these minor inconveniences, seeing them as an inevitable part of life, hardly worth a second thought. But here's a question worth asking, one that challenges our well-worn assumptions. What if that little itch, or the persistent feeling of warmth or dampness, isn't just getting older? What if it's something we have the power to change? Simply by looking a little more closely at what we wear against our skin, day after day. For years, I thought the same thing you might be thinking. Comfort is comfort, and a little snugness never hurt anyone. We're often told that supportive clothing is good for us, that it makes us look slimmer, more in control, more together. But is that the case, especially when it comes to our intimate health? The truth, supported by more and more scientific understanding, is that the clothing we choose, especially when it's tight or made from non-breathable fabrics, can have a much bigger impact on our intimate health than we ever realized. Let's break it down together. Our skin is our largest organ, and it needs to breathe. This is especially true in the delicate areas around the pelvis and inner thighs, where moisture and warmth are naturally more common. When we wear tight clothing, think shapewear, leggings, synthetic panties, or even certain nightwear, we create a closed environment that traps heat and moisture right against the skin. Why does this matter? Well, warm and damp conditions are the perfect playground for bacteria and yeast. Studies show that women who frequently wear non-breathable fabrics or tight underwear are at greater risk for developing vaginal yeast infections, bacterial imbalances, and chronic irritation. As we age, our skin becomes thinner and more sensitive, making us even more vulnerable to these problems. The drop in estrogen during and after menopause means less natural lubrication and a higher likelihood of dryness, microscopic tears, and discomfort. But the science is only part of the story. Let's talk about how this feels in real life. It might start with a little itch after a long day of errands, or a mild burning sensation after sitting too long. You might wake up in the middle of the night, shifting in bed, wondering why you just can't get comfortable. Over time, those little annoyances can become bigger issues, recurring infections, persistent irritation, or even pain that interferes with daily life and sleep. And all the while, it's easy to think, it's just me. It's just age. But what if the answer is as simple as a change in your underwear drawer? Here's the good news. You don't have to settle for discomfort. Making a positive change is easier than you might imagine. The first and most important step is to become more mindful of the fabrics you choose to wear closest to your skin. Cotton is a true friend in this department. It's soft, absorbent, and most importantly, it breathes. When you swap out tight, synthetic underwear for loose-fitting, 100% cotton alternatives, you allow air to circulate, moisture to evaporate, and your skin to stay cool and dry. This simple switch can reduce your risk of infection, irritation, and all those tiny annoyances that add up to real frustration. But what about style? After all, so much of the confidence we feel is tied to how we present ourselves. The wonderful thing is that cotton underwear and looser clothing have come a long way. There are now plenty of beautiful, flattering options that don't sacrifice health for appearance. Look for brands that offer natural fibers, gentle seams, and fits that provide coverage without constriction. And don't forget about nightwear too. Opt for cotton or bamboo pajamas that let your body breathe overnight, instead of trapping heat and sweat. You might be surprised by how quickly you notice a difference. I remember a woman from our local senior center, Margaret, who always prided herself on her classic, put-together look. She confided that she'd been struggling with frequent yeast infections and uncomfortable itching for months. After talking it over, she decided to try switching her usual shapewear and synthetic briefs for loose cotton alternatives, even though she was skeptical at first. Within a few weeks, the difference was remarkable. Not only did her symptoms disappear, but she found herself feeling more relaxed and at ease throughout the day. I didn't realize how much I'd gotten used to being uncomfortable, she told me. It's like I have a new lease on life, and I didn't have to sacrifice feeling confident. It's stories like Margaret's that remind us that little changes can lead to big results. Sometimes we just need permission to do things differently, to let go of the old rules about how we're supposed to look or dress, and instead focus on what makes us truly feel good, inside and out. So if you've noticed any of these subtle signs, an itch, a bit of soreness, a recurring infection, or even if you simply want to feel more comfortable each day, why not take a fresh look at your wardrobe? Set aside the tight shapewear and those non-breathable polyester panties. Treat yourself to a few pairs of soft, airy cotton underwear. Try out looser pants or skirts, and see if you notice a change in how your body feels at the end of the day. Give yourself a week or two. You might just discover that the little things do matter. And as you make these small, loving changes, remember, this isn't about giving up style or elegance. It's about giving yourself the gift of comfort and health every single day. You deserve to feel at home in your own body, to move, rest, and live without those nagging discomforts. Growing older is a journey, and every step you take towards self-care is a victory worth celebrating. You're not alone on this path. Every woman deserves to feel comfortable, healthy, and confident at any age. So go ahead and make that change for yourself. Your body will thank you, and you might just inspire another woman to do the same. Habit 2. Overcleaning or using unsuitable products. If you're anything like most women I know, there's something deeply comforting about the simple act of getting clean. Maybe it's the fresh feeling after a warm shower or the reassurance of knowing you're doing your best to care for your body. For many of us, especially as we get older, hygiene becomes even more important. We want to feel fresh, maintain our dignity, and protect ourselves from the aches and pains that can seem to multiply with each year. So it's only natural that, when we notice even the slightest discomfort down there, our first instinct is to clean more. We reach for that extra bottle of scented wash, take another shower, or maybe scrub a little harder, thinking that more is always better when it comes to personal hygiene. But here's something many women don't realize until the discomfort gets worse, not better. Sometimes, in our well-meaning efforts to stay fresh, we end up making things worse. Have you ever paused to wonder if it's possible to be too clean? Or if the products lining drugstore shelves, promising us confidence and health, might not be all they're cracked up to be? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For most of my life, I never gave these questions a second thought. When the commercials told me a feminine wash would keep me feeling clean all day, I believed them. When the doctor said, just use gentle soap and water, I nodded, but sometimes out of habit, I'd reach for something with a little more fragrance. After all, who doesn't want to feel extra fresh? But over time, I started to notice a pattern. The more I cleaned, the more uncomfortable I felt. I was itchy, sometimes sore, and even had to deal with more infections than I'd ever had before. This is something I hear again and again from other women, especially those of us past menopause. Our mothers and grandmothers may have taught us to always be clean, but they didn't have the science we have today. The truth is, our bodies are a little like a beautiful garden, one that keeps itself healthy through a delicate balance. And when we overclean or use harsh or scented products, we risk upsetting that balance, no matter how well-intentioned we might be. Let's talk about the science for a moment, but I promise to keep it simple. The skin around our intimate areas is thinner and more sensitive as we age. It's also home to millions of good bacteria. Yes, good ones, that protect us from infections. These bacteria help maintain a natural pH, a slightly acidic environment that acts as a shield against yeast, bacteria, and other invaders. When we scrub too hard, wash too often, or use strong soaps, we strip away not only dirt but also those helpful protectors. This makes it easier for the bad guys to take over, leading to everything from itching and dryness to more serious infections. Then there's the question of products. Have you ever walked through the personal care aisle and felt overwhelmed by all the brightly colored bottles, sprays, wipes, and washes? So many of these products promise to keep us fresh, clean, or odor-free. But take a closer look at the labels. You'll often find a list of chemicals, artificial fragrances, and alcohol, all of which can be harsh on sensitive skin. When it comes to feminine hygiene, what works for your hands or your hair isn't always safe for the most delicate parts of your body. Some products can cause allergic reactions or disrupt the healthy bacteria your body needs. For many women, this cycle becomes a frustrating routine. A bit of dryness or itching leads to more washing, which leads to even more discomfort, until finally, you might need a doctor's help. It's not your fault. After all, we've been taught all our lives that cleanliness is next to godliness. But as with so much in life, moderation is key. Let me tell you about Martha, a dear friend I met at a local quilting club. Martha is one of those women who always looks immaculate. Her hair perfectly styled, her clothes pressed, her hands gentle and clean. When she started to feel uncomfortable, her first instinct was to clean up even more. She tried new washes, doubled up on showers, and even used a feminine spray every morning. But nothing helped. Things got worse. She was embarrassed to talk about it at first. Who wouldn't be? But finally, over a cup of coffee, she confided in me. I shared what I'd learned from my journey, that sometimes less is more, and that her body was probably begging for a gentler approach. Martha decided to make a few simple changes. She stopped using all scented washes and sprays, switched to a mild, fragrance-free cleanser, and limited herself to one gentle wash a day, no more. Within a couple of weeks, she noticed a world of difference. The itching faded, her confidence came back, and she felt, as she put it, like herself again. Her doctor was delighted too, and told her she'd done exactly the right thing. So what's the takeaway from all this? It's surprisingly simple. If you want to protect your intimate health as you get older, skip the fancy bottles and stick to the basics. Wash gently, once a day, with warm water and, if needed, a fragrance-free, pH-balanced cleanser made just for sensitive skin. Avoid douching. Your body is already very good at keeping itself clean on the inside. And remember, there's no need to scrub or use antibacterial soaps. Doing less might be the best thing you can do. If you notice any unusual symptoms, like persistent itching, burning, or a change in discharge, don't just reach for more soap. Instead, talk to your doctor. Sometimes, those signs are your body's way of saying it needs something different, not something stronger. It takes a bit of courage to change old habits, especially ones we've lived with for a lifetime. But as Martha discovered, the results are worth it. A feeling of freshness, comfort, and the confidence to move through the world without worry. There's something quietly empowering about trusting your body's wisdom and treating it with a little extra kindness. So if you're standing in the shower tomorrow morning, take a moment to think about what your body truly needs. Maybe it's not more cleaning, but more gentle care. Maybe it's permitting yourself to let go of the pressure to be perfectly clean, and instead, simply be comfortable in your skin. You deserve that peace every day, at every age. Changing this one small habit can have a ripple effect, restoring your comfort, boosting your confidence, and reminding you that sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is simply to do a little less. And that's a lesson worth sharing with every woman, no matter how many candles are on her birthday cake. Habit 3. Wearing underwear multiple days without washing. It's one of those things most of us would rather not admit out loud. But the truth is, life sometimes gets in the way of even our best intentions. You might wake up in the morning, shuffle to the dresser, and realize your laundry basket is fuller than you'd like. Maybe your back is a little stiff, or you're simply tired from yesterday, and you quietly decide that the underwear you wore yesterday doesn't seem that dirty. After all, you weren't sweating, you didn't go anywhere special, and honestly, who's going to know? So you slip them back on, telling yourself you'll get to the wash soon enough. It seems harmless, a small, practical shortcut in a world that asks so much of us every day. You're certainly not alone in this. So many women, especially as we get older, find themselves making these little compromises. Maybe the washer is downstairs and your knees ache. Maybe your fixed income makes you stretch every load of laundry a bit further. Or maybe, after a lifetime of looking after everyone else, you're finally allowing yourself to take it easy on the rules. It's easy to see this as one of those harmless, victimless habits, a simple way to make life a little easier. But have you ever noticed a slight itch or irritation at the end of a repeat day? Maybe there's a bit of odor that wasn't there before, or a feeling of just not being as fresh. Sometimes, it's nothing at all, and other times, it's a subtle sign that we shrug off as just getting older. But what if these little signals are your body's gentle way of asking for more care, not more effort, but a small shift in habit? Let's challenge the assumption together. Is wearing the same pair of underwear for multiple days as harmless as it seems? What if, beneath the surface, this tiny shortcut is quietly chipping away at your comfort and health? Here's the science, and it's both straightforward and surprisingly relevant. Our underwear sits right up against the most sensitive, delicate skin on our bodies, in a spot where heat and moisture naturally gather. Throughout the day, even when we feel clean, our bodies shed tiny amounts of sweat, natural oils, and skin cells. For women over 60, our skin is thinner and more susceptible to friction and infection, and our immune systems, though still strong, don't bounce back as quickly as they once did. Every time you wear the same pair of underwear again, you're reintroducing yesterday's moisture, bacteria, and any traces of vaginal discharge or urine that may have been absorbed. This doesn't just lead to mild odor. It creates a warm, moist environment that's perfect for bacteria and yeast to grow. That means even if your underwear looks clean, it might be a breeding ground for things that can cause itching, rashes, and even more serious infections. It gets a bit more concerning. Studies show that older women are especially prone to urinary tract infections, yeast infections, and bacterial vaginosis, in part because of changes in hormone levels and a natural decrease in protective bacteria. Wearing the same underwear again and again, without washing, increases your risk of these uncomfortable, and sometimes painful, problems. Over time, this habit can quietly undermine your well-being, your sleep, and your confidence. But here's the good news: it doesn't take much to break the cycle. You don't need fancy products or expensive routines. You just need a fresh, clean pair of underwear every day. Ideally, reach for something soft and breathable, like 100% cotton, to help wick away moisture and let your skin breathe. After you wear them, toss them in the laundry, even if you think they look fine. Make it part of your morning ritual. Change, wash, and let your skin enjoy a fresh start. If laundry feels overwhelming, try this. Keep a simple basket or small bag in your bathroom or bedroom just for underwear and light clothing. That way, when you're ready to do a quick load, it's all in one place and doesn't feel like a mountain of chores. You can also invest in a few extra pairs of comfortable underwear, so you're never caught short if you skip a wash day. Let me share a story that brings this all to life. My friend Ruth, a spirited woman in her 70s with a passion for gardening, used to laugh about cheating the laundry. She figured that as long as her underwear passed the sniff test, she was good to go for another day. But over time, she began to notice a stubborn itch that just wouldn't go away. "I tried every cream and powder out there," she told me, "but nothing helped." It wasn't until her doctor gently suggested making a habit of changing to a fresh pair every morning that things started to turn around. Within a week, the itch faded, and Ruth felt fresher and more comfortable than she had in months. "I didn't realize what a difference it made," she admitted. "It seemed so small, but it changed everything." It's a reminder that caring for yourself doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Sometimes, it's the simplest habits that offer the most relief. Changing your underwear daily is an act of kindness to your body, one that protects your skin, wards off discomfort, and helps prevent the kind of infections that can send you to the doctor's office far more often than you'd like. Of course, life happens, and there will always be days when things don't go as planned. If you find yourself running low, don't beat yourself up. Instead, make a plan to pick up a few more pairs the next time you're out, or ask a family member for help with the laundry if you need it. If you're on a fixed income, know that there are community resources, churches, and senior centers that sometimes offer essentials for free or at a reduced price. You deserve comfort and health, no matter your circumstances. So the next time you reach into your drawer and hesitate, wondering if you can stretch your underwear for one more day, remember that you're not just keeping up appearances, you're supporting your well-being. Clean, fresh underwear is more than just a habit. It's a foundation for feeling good, inside and out. It's a small, gentle act of love you can give yourself every single day. Change is never about shame or guilt. It's about learning, growing, and treating yourself with the respect you've earned over a lifetime. Every day is a new opportunity to do something kind for your body, and sometimes all it takes is a simple change of clothes. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So let's make a promise together. From now on, let's choose a fresh start every morning. Because you deserve comfort, health, and confidence at any age. And sometimes, the biggest difference is found in the smallest, simplest habits. Habit 4. Soaking too long in hot baths. There's something truly comforting about sinking into a warm bath after a long day. The gentle heat embraces your body, soothing tired muscles and quieting a restless mind. For many women over 60, baths aren't just about cleanliness. They're moments of peaceful self-care, a chance to slow down, breathe deeply, and simply be. It's easy to understand why soaking for a long time feels like a small luxury, almost a ritual that restores the spirit as much as the body. But what if that soothing soak could be doing more harm than good? It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? After all, warm water relaxes us, calms aching joints, and softens skin. So why should we worry about how long we stay submerged? Could it be that the very habit we trust to refresh us might quietly be undermining our intimate health? Many women never stop to question their bath habits, especially when everything seems fine on the surface. It's easy to assume that if you feel relaxed and clean afterward, the bath is doing its job perfectly. But science and experience tell a more nuanced story, especially for those of us gracefully aging into our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Our skin, especially the delicate skin around the intimate areas, changes over time. It becomes thinner, more sensitive, and less resilient. At the same time, the natural protective barrier that keeps harmful bacteria and yeast in check becomes more fragile. Soaking too long in hot water can strip away the natural oils and beneficial bacteria that maintain this delicate balance. When the protective layer of your skin is compromised, it becomes vulnerable. Prolonged exposure to hot water dries the skin and disrupts the healthy microbiome, those good bacteria that protect you from infections. This creates an environment where irritation, itching, and infections like yeast overgrowth or bacterial vaginosis can take hold. The very bath meant to soothe you may leave your skin feeling tight, dry, or even inflamed. Let me tell you about Betty, a woman I met through a local senior group. Betty loved her nightly baths. For years, she would fill the tub with piping hot water and soak for nearly an hour, finding it the perfect way to end her day. But over time, she started noticing that after each bath, her skin would feel itchy and dry, and sometimes she'd wake up with uncomfortable irritation. She thought it was just aging or dry winter air, so she kept taking her long, hot baths. It wasn't until a friend gently suggested she try shortening her soak and lowering the water temperature that things began to change. After a few weeks of warmer, shorter baths, Betty's skin felt more hydrated and comfortable. The itching and irritation faded, and her overall sense of well-being improved. She told me, "I never thought changing my bath time would make such a difference. It's like my skin can finally breathe again." The science behind Betty's experience is well documented. Research shows that water temperatures above 104 degrees Fahrenheit 40 degrees Celsius can damage the skin's natural barrier, leading to dryness and irritation. And soaking for more than 15 to 20 minutes intensifies these effects. For women over 60, who naturally have less skin oil and slower skin renewal, these effects are amplified. So what can you do to enjoy your bath time without sacrificing your skin's health? The solution is refreshingly simple. First, keep your bath water warm, not hot. Aim for about 98 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 to 38 degrees Celsius, close to your body temperature. This warmth is enough to relax muscles and soothe joints without stripping oils. Second, limit your soak to 15 to 20 minutes. This gives you restorative benefits without overexposing your skin. Consider adding gentle, fragrance-free bath oils or oatmeal-based products that can nourish your skin while you soak. Avoid harsh soaps or bubble baths with strong fragrances and chemicals, which can further disrupt your skin's balance. After your bath, gently pat your skin dry with a soft towel. Don't rub, and apply a moisturizer specifically formulated for sensitive skin to lock in hydration. If baths aren't your favorite, or if you notice persistent dryness or irritation, try warm showers instead, keeping the water temperature moderate and the duration brief. Remember, self-care is about listening to your body's needs and adapting your routines as you age. Changing a habit as simple as how long and how hot you soak can have profound effects on your comfort and intimate health. Every woman deserves to feel relaxed and refreshed without discomfort. So the next time you prepare your bath, think of it as a delicate ritual, one where warmth and time are balanced carefully to nurture, not harm, your skin. It's a small shift, but one that honors your body's changing needs and helps you feel your best, inside and out. You deserve that kind of gentle care every day, at every age. Habit 5. Ignoring early signs and avoiding medical checkups. It's something many of us do without even realizing it. When a new ache appears or a small discomfort arises, especially in sensitive areas, we tend to brush it aside. Maybe it's a mild itch that comes and goes, a little unusual discharge, or a fleeting sensation that something just doesn't feel quite right down there. Often, these signs seem minor or embarrassing to talk about, so we tell ourselves it's probably nothing serious. After all, we've been through so much in our lives. What's one more little annoyance to worry about? Besides, sometimes it feels easier to ignore these changes than to face the thought of a doctor's appointment or the possibility of something being wrong. But what if ignoring these early signs is putting your health at risk? It's a common assumption that mild discomfort or unusual symptoms are simply part of aging and don't require medical attention. Many women think it's just menopause, or it's normal at my age, and carry on without a second thought. However, while some changes are indeed natural, many others can be early warnings of treatable conditions that, if left unattended, might lead to more serious problems. This raises an important question. Could facing these signs early and seeking medical advice be the key to staying comfortable, healthy, and confident in your later years? The truth is that early detection and timely care can make all the difference. Our bodies change as we age, and intimate health is no exception. With menopause, estrogen levels drop, thinning and drying the delicate tissues, making them more susceptible to irritation and infection. What may start as mild discomfort can evolve into chronic issues if left unaddressed. Conditions like urinary tract infections, yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, or even precancerous changes often begin subtly, but with proper care, they are manageable and rarely become serious. Yet, many women hesitate to schedule medical checkups for intimate health issues. Sometimes it's fear of what the doctor might find, or fear of the discomfort of an exam. Other times it's embarrassment, cultural stigma, or simply the belief that it's just part of getting older. And then there's the practical side. Busy lives, limited mobility, or difficulties getting to a doctor can all play a role. I remember talking to Gloria, a woman in her late 70s, who had been ignoring mild but persistent itching for months. She didn't want to bother her doctor or make a fuss. She told me, "I thought it was just dryness, something I'd have to live with." But when Gloria finally did go for a checkup, she was surprised to learn she had a mild infection easily treated with medication. After the treatment, her discomfort vanished, and she felt like herself again. Gloria said, "I wish I hadn't waited so long." It's amazing how much better you can feel just by asking for help. Science supports this approach. Regular gynecological exams and open conversations with healthcare providers help detect changes early, sometimes even before symptoms appear. For women over 65, annual checkups or visits as recommended by your doctor are vital. These visits are not only about screening for serious illnesses but also about managing the everyday discomforts and challenges of intimate health, ensuring you receive personalized advice and care. Ignoring symptoms doesn't make them disappear. It can allow minor issues to develop into infections or complications that are harder to treat and more disruptive to your quality of life. Taking the step to see a doctor is a powerful act of self-respect and courage. It's a way to take control and maintain your health on your terms. If you're worried about what to expect at a checkup, know that healthcare professionals are trained to be sensitive, understanding, and respectful. They've seen it all and are there to help, not judge. You don't have to feel embarrassed or alone in this. Preparing a list of symptoms or questions before your visit can help make the appointment easier and more productive. You might also consider bringing a trusted family member or friend for support. Many women find comfort in having someone with them who can listen, ask questions, or simply provide encouragement. Remember, your health matters, not just to you, but to those who love you. It's never too late to start taking your intimate health seriously. Whether you've been avoiding checkups for years or you're new to experiencing symptoms, the important thing is to act now. Early treatment can prevent discomfort, restore confidence, and help you continue enjoying life fully. So, if you've noticed any changes, even if they seem minor, don't wait or hesitate. Make an appointment, talk openly with your healthcare provider, and get the care you deserve. Your body is sending you signals. Listen to them kindly and respond with action. In caring for yourself this way, you set a beautiful example for others, your daughters, granddaughters, and friends, showing that health and self-respect are lifelong journeys. You deserve to feel comfortable, confident, and cared for at every age. Remember, addressing those early signs is not a burden. It's a gift you give yourself. And sometimes, the bravest thing we can do is simply ask for help. You are not alone on this journey. There is support, understanding, and care waiting for you. So today, take that first step. Make the call. Schedule the visit. Your comfort and peace of mind are worth it. Because you deserve nothing less than to feel your best, inside and out, every single day. Habit 6. Using harsh or unsuitable sanitary products. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For many women, the everyday choice of sanitary products feels like a simple, almost automatic decision. It's something you've been doing for decades, reaching for the pads, liners, or wipes you trust without much thought. After all, these products are meant to protect, to keep us feeling clean and comfortable throughout the day. But what if those trusted products are causing harm, even if you don't realize it right away? It's a habit many women unknowingly fall into. Using sanitary items that are too harsh, scented, or made from materials that irritate the delicate skin around the intimate area. Because these products are so common and readily available, it's easy to assume that if they're on store shelves, they must be safe. But the truth is, some of these products contain chemicals, dyes, fragrances, and synthetic materials that can cause irritation, allergic reactions, and even increase the risk of infections, especially for women over 60, whose skin tends to be thinner, drier, and more sensitive. Have you ever noticed redness, itching, or a burning sensation that seems to flare up after using certain pads or wipes? Or maybe you dismiss mild discomfort, thinking it's just part of aging or something temporary. But what if that discomfort is a message from your body, signaling that something in your daily routine isn't quite right? Could switching to gentler, more suitable products be the key to feeling healthier and more comfortable every day? As we age, our bodies change in ways that affect how they respond to the products we use. Menopause brings a natural decrease in estrogen, which means the skin around the vulva and vaginal area becomes thinner and less lubricated. This makes it more vulnerable to irritation and tears. Harsh chemicals or fragrances, even those that smell fresh or clean, can strip away natural oils and disrupt the balance of healthy bacteria that protect us from infections. Many sanitary pads and liners, especially those marketed as ultra-thin or scented, contain perfumes, chlorine-bleached materials, or adhesives that can cause allergic reactions. Similarly, feminine wipes often carry fragrances or alcohol that dry out sensitive skin or cause itching. For women who wear these products daily, sometimes for years, the cumulative effect can be significant discomfort or recurrent infections, impacting quality of life. Let me tell you about Helen, a lively woman in her late 60s with a passion for community volunteering. For years, Helen used scented pads because they made her feel fresh and confident during the day. However, she started experiencing persistent itching and occasional rashes. At first, she blamed the weather or laundry detergent, but nothing seemed to help. After talking with her doctor and doing some research, she learned that her pads might be the culprit. She switched to unscented organic cotton pads designed for sensitive skin, and began limiting her use of wipes to when necessary. Within weeks, Helen's discomfort eased, and she felt more at ease throughout her day. "I never imagined something so simple could make such a difference," she told me. "Now I feel more in control of my comfort." The good news is that finding the right products doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Many brands now offer pads, liners, and wipes made with natural, breathable materials without added fragrances or harsh chemicals. Cotton-based products are especially gentle and allow your skin to breathe, reducing irritation and moisture buildup. Look for labels that say unscented, hypoallergenic, or dermatologist tested, and avoid anything with strong perfumes or dyes. Beyond choosing the right products, it's important to change them regularly throughout the day. Wearing the same pad or liner too long can trap moisture and bacteria, increasing the risk of irritation or infection. If you use wipes, opt for alcohol-free and fragrance-free options, and consider rinsing with water whenever possible to reduce buildup. Taking these small steps can have a big impact on your comfort and intimate health. Your skin will thank you, and you may find that the persistent itching or redness that once troubled you begins to fade. Remember, these changes aren't about being picky. They're about respecting your body's needs as they evolve. If you're ever unsure which products are best for you, don't hesitate to ask your healthcare provider. They can offer guidance tailored to your health history and skin sensitivity. If you experience ongoing discomfort, unusual discharge, or any other symptoms, seek medical advice promptly. Changing the sanitary products you use may seem like a small detail, but it's a powerful act of self-care. It's a way to honor your body's changing needs and protect yourself from unnecessary discomfort or health issues. You deserve to feel fresh, comfortable, and confident every day, no matter your age. So, the next time you pick up your usual brand at the store, take a moment to consider whether it's truly serving your health. Give yourself permission to explore gentler alternatives and embrace a new routine that supports your well-being. It's never too late to make these loving changes. You've cared for others your whole life. Now it's time to care for yourself in ways that matter most. Because feeling good in your skin every single day is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. And remember, every small change is a step toward a healthier, happier you. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the simple habits we've talked about today. Those subtle choices that can quietly affect your intimate health. From the clothes you wear, to how you care for your body, to the products you trust every day, each small decision matters more than you might think. It's easy to overlook these details or to accept discomfort as just part of getting older. But your body is telling you its story, and it deserves to be heard and cared for with kindness. Remember, change doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Start with one small step, like choosing breathable underwear, limiting hot bath time, or picking gentle, fragrance-free products. These little shifts can lead to big improvements in comfort, confidence, and overall well-being. Most importantly, don't ignore your body's signals. If you notice unusual discomfort or changes, reach out to your healthcare provider. Seeking help early is a sign of strength, not weakness. You deserve to live your life free from unnecessary pain or worry. Taking care of your intimate health is a beautiful act of self-love and respect, a way to honor the years of wisdom and strength you carry. Every day is a new opportunity to nurture yourself, to listen deeply, and to make choices that support your health and happiness. Thank you for spending this time together. I hope these insights inspire you to make gentle, loving changes that help you feel your very best. You deserve comfort, confidence, and joy at every age, and it all begins with caring for yourself. Remember, you're never alone on this journey. Here's to your health, your happiness, and many more days of feeling good in your skin.